Well, I decided to bring out the big Steiger tractor and hook a big chain around this tree limb that had fallen during a recent storm. I took my front end loader and pushed against it a little bit, but it was still actually connected at the top. So I kind of felt uncomfortable if that thing would have sprung loose or something, come back on the cab of my tractor. I didn't want to damage my tractor or anything. So I've got a long snatch chain. I decided to just hook the snatch chain around this large limb and just kind of slowly pull it with my Steiger tractor. And I felt like this big tractor here wouldn't even know it was back there, and it didn't. But anyway, you'll see in just a second. I'm gonna go ahead and break this limb loose. Right now I'm climbing up here, hooking this big tow chain to it, and I'm going to hook it to the drawbar of this tractor in just a second. I'm going to nudge forward, and you'll see it come right down. All right, as I'm easing forward here, you'll see once the chain gets tight, you see it's still connected up there. Look up above the right side of the tractor, and you see when it blew it over, it still had some live, I guess the edge of the tree was still alive. Actually, the limb produced pecans, so I guess the whole thing was alive. Just we had some straight line winds that blew it down. But got this snatch chain on there and started easing forward, and it was not even matched. Watch it come down. So I did it in slow motion. Anyway, it came down, and so I'm just going to back up. But watch this. Look at that limb just fell out of the tree. Folks, when you're dealing with trees, you have to be careful. I tell you, you have to watch everything. And even I've learned, even when I'm sawing trees down now, a lot of times I will actually take my front end loader. I guess I'd rather for it to bust a hood on the front end loader than I would to bust my head open. So a lot of times when I'm chainsawing a tree, I will take my front end loader and raise it up very high, bring it up to the tree over my head. So if a limb does fall out of a tree, it's going to hit my tractor or my loader, which would be better than hitting me. I can replace it, but I'm not so replaceable, I don't think. But anyway, it came down, so I'm going to go ahead and just a second get the power saw out. I've already sharpened the chains, got them oiled and fueled up, and you'll see right here I am getting ready to start cutting. Well, actually this may not be 100% in order because I'm sitting down drinking a little something there. I think some Coca-Cola. But I took a break just a second after I'd already cut some of those smaller limbs up on the head. You see my wife is out there loading them up. But it went pretty well. Ended up cutting a fair amount of firewood out of this for my daughter. We have a gas log fireplace in our house, so we really don't use firewood anymore. Had back surgery a long time ago in 2000, and it just back before I built this house, I didn't know if I'd be able to handle firewood or not, but thank goodness the surgery went well, and my wife saw to it that I followed doctor's orders, so I'm back doing pretty much everything I did before my surgery. I just limit what I pick up. Getting older too, you know, you have to govern yourself a little more, gauge what you're doing a little more careful when you're older. I'm 64 now, so I'm still very, very active, but I'm also going to use a lot of wisdom in what I do. But just a second, I'm going to get the power saw back going, and I'm going to whack this tree up pretty quickly, as you'll see. All right, so didn't want to pinch my blade, so I took the front end loader and lifted this section of the big limb up in the air. I'd pretty much de-limbed everything, so it's just so much easier to cut it when it's up in the air. And you have to be careful not to bind your saw blade, so this freed it up so it wasn't any chance on binding the saw blade because it wasn't pinning against the ground. So I think Linda's moving the camera, but anyway, I lifted it up with the front end loader on this part and just went ahead and whacked it up pretty quick. And so Linda is still hauling off limbs. The thing had a lot of little limbs, so what she's doing, just the little limbs, we've got a burn pile out there in the pasture behind that big pond I built. So she's loading the buggy while I'm sawing it. And we've actually been putting a few sticks in the back of the old Dodge Cummins pickup truck. We're going to bring this firewood down to our daughter Erin, who lives down the road about a quarter mile from us. She has a fireplace. Actually, she has my parents' old home. She bought it and remodeled it. Speaking of that, we're going to have a major project coming up. Probably going to video it. She had a water leak under her house and didn't realize it. And of course, it's a house up. It's on brick blocks or whatever. And I guess it had been leaking for a while under there, and it actually absorbed a lot of moisture in her wood floors. And we're going to have a major project. We're going to, this summer, we're going to cut the floor out of several of the bedrooms and a couple of the bathrooms and maybe her formal dining room. And I am starting to mill lumber for that. Of course, it's got to dry, and then we're going to have to treat it. But that's going to be some upcoming videos. That's probably going to take me, heck, it may take me a year to do that, because I'm not exactly, like I say, I don't work quite as fast. Still very active, but I just don't have the get up and go that I used to have at 64. But anyway, we're just steady getting away, getting these limbs cut up and loading the truck, and Linda's cleaning the little limbs up. And here before long, we're going to actually have this entire tree cut up, bring the lawnmower up, and mulch this little bit of leftover leaves in a minute. Well, probably about 30-40 minutes. So everything's going pretty well here. Some of these bigger limbs here probably going, well, she's going to put them out of the weather. She'll stack them under her shed, but she'll probably have to get a log splitter for these. It's pecan. It'll burn good. It'll burn hot, but it's hard to split with a mallet sometimes, so she may end up having to rent a log splitter. I used to have one, but I don't have one anymore. So she may have to end up renting that log splitter and split this wood here up. Well, this big tree limb fell right before we were going on our annual snow skiing trip. We had about 15 to go out to Colorado. We have a place out there that we go every year, Grammy Ranch, Colorado. It's a pretty nice family-oriented skiing ranch place. So we go out there every year, and I don't know why. It seems like, heck, I bet you 7 times out of 10 before we get ready to go on town, we have, seems like a tree to fall, something happens, some event that takes a little physical exercise to get wrapped up. And this was no exception this time. So this big limb fell, I think, the week before we were getting ready to leave, but I jumped on it, my wife and I, and got it picked up. But anyway, so we have a video coming shortly of our snow skiing trip. And actually it's a 19-hour drive if you drove straight through without stopping according to the map. But it takes me 21 hours, and I can't tell you how many years I've been driving straight through. Sometimes I'll swap out and let one, like my youngest daughter drive, her and her daughter rides with Linda and I'll stop and let her drive. But we actually came back, had a great trip, no injuries, 15 of us total went, several vehicles, one couple flew, and we had a great time. But anyway, this was our usual, so limb broke, we had to clean it up. I just don't like leaving town. If there's something broke or wrong, I like to have my stuff in order before I go out of town, before I take off. And so we went ahead and got this knocked out. But got a video coming shortly of our snow skiing trip. Got a lot more videos coming. So if you like these type of videos, like, subscribe, comment, let me know. We do have, we have a lot of different things we do out here on the farm in southern Mississippi. I'm all over the map. Again, between dozer work, pond building, I have a full-time job that I own a business, so I'm not necessarily there all the time, but I'm responsible for it. And do a lot of work out here on the farm. We have a camp we go fishing at, a beautiful place. We've got some projects over there that we're going to eventually show you. But actually, I wish I would take time to video, because I have projects I do all the time and just don't stop and video them. And I need to get better at it. So again, please like, subscribe. Let me know if you have any comments or questions. I'll do my best. I want to try to start posting more. And again, thank you for watching. And you'll see us wind this project down here in just a few minutes.